Welcome back. I'm proud of you. Today we're looking at oddly terrifying photos and maybe videos if we get lucky or unlucky, I guess. Yeah, we haven't done this in a little while, and sometimes the content's trash and sometimes it's really good, and you just never know what you're gonna get. So let's take a look at the top posts of the month on the oddly terrifying subreddit. You'd think with a banner like this scary looking face mouth thing that we'd be in for some scary face mouth thing type content, but sometimes it's just like a dog. Now this isn't supposed to be like scary. I mean, it's in the name. I don't have to explain it. Oddly terrifying. It's supposed to be like terrifying in like a maybe a hard to explain way, or like something that just sort of seems wrong kind of way. If we get things that are just terrifying, bad. If we get things that are just odd, also bad. If we get things that are odd and kind of terrifying, 2 enthusiastic thumbs up, baby. Let's have fun and hopefully get a little spooked. My significant other was crocheting in bed wearing a headlamp. Oh gosh, I was seeing it out of the corner of my eye. I woke up to this terrifying shadow puppet show. Yeah, okay, now that I know it's just crocheting, obviously it's exactly what it looks like, but it looks so scary before you make that connection. What kind of evil creatures making these shapes on the wall, my friend? Who would have known crocheting could be so scary? Unused Venom design for Spider-Man 3? Yeah, good call. I'm not using that. That is horrifying. I know that the face it's making doesn't help, but yeah, I don't like how human mouth that is. A Ganges River dolphin. They are essentially blind and extremely reliant on their echolocation. They also look creepy as hell under the water. I will type in river dolphin and you'll see what I mean. Sorry, river dolphib. Look at this dude. Okay, he's actually smiling. That's fine with me. This guy then. No good, dude. This one, freaky. I know the water is doing most of the creepy here, but upright dolphins that look smug? No. We don't need dolphins that are upright, and we don't need dolphins that are smug. This morning, I got an image from my sister. Would you look at that? It's dogs. Oh, God. Oh, I just, like, jump scared myself. It's more than dogs. I repeat, it's more than dogs. There is surely a dog here. There is surely a dog here. But what's this? I did not see that right away. Okay, so it looks like a person with, like, a fake mustache. This must be the sister. That's scary though. I was not expecting to see a face. I thought the dog was the thing, especially since the dog is centered. Obviously we get a lot of dog images, so I was expecting just another dog image. I was expecting to be disappointed, but that just set me up to be more startled when I saw a face behind a box. All right, moving on. An art exhibit I was at. Dude, these titles are killing me, man. They make me feel like I'm going crazy. An art exhibit I was art for art class today. That's what it says. Jeez, what kind of art exhibit is this? Whoa, what's going on here? This is how I know I don't really understand art or all art. You know, maybe not all of it's meant to be understood by me or anyone. But why does there have to be a face exhibit? Why does this need to exist? You know, we got the inverted face, we got the classic hot dog face, we got the forehead face, we got the chin face, we got the infamous double face, we got Mr. No Mouth, we got Two-Face right here. They got them all here. They got the whole set. But yeah, this art exhibit looks freaky. The theme, I think, is nightmares. What's happening here? What is happening here? Live for you, I'm going to attempt to understand this piece. The position makes me think of either relaxation or childbirth. Two very different things. The thing over here looks like a child, so I think that helps there. The giant floating pillow man, I'm not so sure how it all connects, but this looks like another child, either facing away or potentially with their head on backwards, and this really ties it all together. This is, of course, the guy. I can't tell if it's like unfinished, like workshop pieces, like it's sort of like an art exhibit that's being added to or worked on by like some sort of mad genius or just madman. But at any rate, I don't know what the hell that is, and I don't think I want to stick around to find out. Imagine sleeping in this room. Imagine waking up in this room. Imagine you're in this room and the lights all turn off and suddenly all these little podiums are empty, and then you hear footsteps slopping on the ground towards you from the next room. Imagine that. That sounds fun. Imagine that. Picture the scariest thing you've ever heard of in a while. Picture that. Close your eyes. Picture that. Fun. On a lighter note, this could also be like a meme template. What this looks like and the feeling it gives me is akin to showing up at a party you didn't want to go to and walking in, you see this. Or at least it feels like you see this. You know? People you don't really know that well and you don't really want to know that well. And you're like, I should not have come here. And this guy's like, hey man, haven't seen you around before. Let me tell you about my gym routine. With a body like that, I might actually listen. Oh boy, here we go. Quick, save the fish. Put him back in the water where he needs to be. Oh gosh, I knew it was coming. I could feel it. I don't know what makes more sense than a turtle, but I didn't expect a turtle. It's so fast and it comes out of nowhere, dude. It was just waiting for it. This mushroom growing in my friend's basement. Huh? Why did the mushroom look like that? This one's creepy because it looks like foggy. This looks almost like, I hate to say it, it looks kind of like spider webs to me. It looks a little funnily, you know? If I saw this, I'd think it's mold, not like fungi. But it's weird to think that mushrooms can grow like this. I've seen some weird mushrooms, man. Mushrooms can take all sorts of forms. Not just the ones from Mario that I feel like we all picture first, but they can take some wacky forms. Like this guy, or that guy. Or this guy, oh my god. That one did not make me feel good. I looked that up myself. That's not even on the subreddit. That's extra credit. We don't need extra credit. We strayed from the pathway and we paid dearly for it. Here we go. Spiders, we're skipping that one. We have a rule, no spiders. People ask me to do arachnophobia and I always say, no. No. That's not a fun phobia. Not that like thalassophobia and the other ones are fun. Something about arachnophobia just hits different. If I had arachnophobia, I don't think I'd be looking it up. What is it when you're deep in the woods and you hear people calling you? I'm in the Amazon, Brazil now, and the tour guide told me not to wander off the trail when people call me. And then I started watching a TikTok about Appalachia, USA, and they said to ignore when you hear people calling your name. I also heard about a girl hearing someone calling their mother's name. What are these sounds? Are these people calling your name? Or animals making sounds then your brain makes it sound like words? What is it? I don't know if I've ever had this question before or heard of this phenomenon, so it's already pretty odd. Have you guys experienced people calling your name when you're out in the woods? Like beckoning you? Okay, and the reply, there's about a half-mile of wetlands between me and my neighbors. The reeds grow thick and tall and is pretty impassable unless you're very determined. One night at dusk, I went into my yard to get my dogs, and I heard a man yelling for help from the no man's land. My dogs were sitting, facing the direction of the stranded, possibly injured person. Hackles up, but completely silent. I don't know what that means. I knew something was wrong, but also someone needs help. I was frozen for a minute, hair on end. Just as I grabbed my phone to call for help, this man started singing. Oh, I just got chills. I told you I'm a baby for this kind of stuff. It's just text on a page, and I'm getting creeped out. Singing, yodeling. Oof, the scariest kind of singing. The source was moving quickly from east to west. Coyotes, it was just coyotes. Okay. The coyotes were calling for help, and then they sang and they yodeled? Coyotes are freaky. They can make some weird sounds. I used to live on land when I was a kid, and we had coyotes in the general area. And at night, sometimes I would just be at my window, just listening to like the most horrifying sounds coming from the woods. You know it's coyotes because you've heard them make that sound before, but they just make such inhuman sounds sometimes. I jokingly said yodeling is the scariest kind of singing, but I think that it might actually be the scariest kind of singing to hear. I don't know if I would appreciate any kind of singing. Some of the locals I met in the Amazon told me the same thing. This was many years ago. But they said some animals can imitate human sounds and they try to lure you away from the safety. One place told me to ask, is that you or is that the spirits if I heard something suspicious? Of course, they never told me what to expect as an answer, LOL. I think they're just trying to spook you guys, but either way, scary. I don't want to hear any sort of coyote noises from the woods talking to me. No thanks. I'm a dog groomer, and this is what I shaved off of a dog the other day. Oh. It looks like the dog just got vaporized. What's this last picture? These ones are like, hey, look at the hair on the ground. Isn't that weird? It looks like a dog shape, because it was. And this one looks like some sort of hair monster. Japan has an airport located literally in the ocean. It cost $20 billion to build, but it's sinking. Huh? Kinda sick. You ever been flying in to an airport that's on like the edge of a body of water? In my case, like the San Francisco airport, where you're flying in over the water, and then obviously you land on the runway that's right next to the water, but you don't really get to see the ground until you're like landing on it. I think this would be that times 10 because you're landing on the ocean. That's wild. I don't know if this is a great idea. $20 billion to build this? I mean, why build it on your land when you can just make new land? This awkward airplane concept. I don't know if I'd say oddly terrifying, right? I don't know, maybe. The odd is doing more lifting than the terrifying. But terrifying in the sense that this thing's huge. And a flying ecosystem like that is pretty freaky, especially knowing how big that would be, like a cruise ship. We already see how big those are and how kind of mind-boggling and terrifying those are. Imagine a flying cruise ship. I mean, I guess that's this, huh? Big old pool, big old screen above the pool. I can't fathom how much fuel this would burn per minute. And how much fuel you would need to have on this thing to have any meaningful length of flight. You got 20 giant turbines total. Let's never make this. You already can take a cruise on the ocean. You don't need to fly. You don't need to fly. Cancer warning on rice. This doesn't really mean anything. Unfortunately, jasmine rice just inherently has traces of arsenic in it. There's nothing they can do about that. And so they put the warning on there. Molting crab. Oh, this is grossing me out already. Oddly gross. Oh, I mean, it's kind of cool. Whoa, dude. Okay, you done? Bro, that's so freaky. Oh, he looks relieved, and so am I. Gosh, that creeped me out. There's something creepy to me about crabs. I'm surprised more people aren't creeped out by crabs. They just, you know what I mean? The fact that it can like exit the vehicle like that. This envelope full of candy I found on my chair at work. I miss your smile. What is it with creepy people and smiling? Look, I'm a dude. I haven't gotten this comment a lot. Actually ever. But I know that a common one that creepy old men like to say to young girls is, you should smile more. Or like, smile for me. Creepy. It's like, they're not smiling because they're talking to you, dog. Like, what is it with smiling? If someone writes you an anonymous note, someone you work with, assume it's the creepy old guy. The envelope full of candy. Do not eat that candy, dude. Gross. Dude, there's some spider stuff today, man. I'm dodging stuff for you guys. Tell you what. I'm a security guard watching a parking lot. Found this while doing a round. Look, I get it's a scary image, but with just a little bit of thinking, you can probably figure what was happening here. The steamy windows definitely add to that, and I definitely would not have taken a picture of it. But hey, you're doing your job as a security guard, so good on you. Woke up this morning to these prints on my backyard deck, came right up to my glass door. Imagine sneaking up to someone's door knowing your footprints are gonna be there, you know? I mean, this could just be like an honest mistake, someone went to the wrong house or something like that. I mean, it was the back door, so I'm gonna say that is creepy. You don't really walk up to someone's back door on accident, but like, you gotta know that you're making footprints in the snow. But I guess, what are they gonna do? Smell your footprints and find you? So I guess maybe it doesn't matter, but pretty freaky. I had this happen to me once, but it was my front door, and it was because the mailman had walked up to my door and then realized the mail was for my next door neighbor. Not important backstory, but it happened a couple times, but in the snow it happened once, where there was a line of footprints from the street all the way down my driveway, in the walkway up to the front door, and then obviously back. It had happened so many times where I was able to figure out probably what happened, so it wasn't that scary. But you know, it's just not a good feeling. You don't want to see this, but at the same time, you do want to see this because the other option is that there's no evidence that this happened. If someone's gonna walk up to my back door like this and look through the window, I'd rather know about it than not. Even if knowing about it is scary and not knowing about it is blissful ignorance, I would definitely rather know about it. So, snow keeps you safe. Okay, let's do one more. On the set of Godzilla 1954. Oddly terrifying. This is sick, dude. You got to hang out with Godzilla? Oh, I see. He's not sharing the umbrella. Is there someone in that suit, or is it just a statue? It looks like it has to be a statue. The proportions are super weird for a suit. It also looks like it's made of straight up concrete. But if there was someone in there, I'd say, hey man, loosen up the grip a little bit. I don't know if I'd call that oddly terrifying. I think that's kind of a cool throwback image. Well, let's do one more because that really wasn't much. Liminal space setup. Oh gosh, dude. Sick computer. What are your specs? You couldn't get it better than a plastic chair? Where are you, dude? I of course don't know the backstory here, but this reminds me of those memes where it's like, some men live like this and they don't see a problem, and it's just like a TV on a cardboard box and like a beanbag chair. This is like the ultimate, where it's like you got a very good gaming setup and nothing else. Your priorities? Questionable. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I was going to do Uncanny Valley today, but I thought about doing this first. I'll probably do an Uncanny Valley video soon. Maybe next video, maybe a couple of videos from now. There's a lot of demand for that, so I'll probably do that. But in the meantime, just a classic Oddly Terrifying. Love doing these because we get a wide range of content to see. And honestly, today was pretty good. There was definitely some in here that were just odd and just terrifying, and some that were just not either. But there were definitely enough in here that I felt like it was a good spread. Good mix. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe if you would like to. And I will see you guys next time. I'm going to walk off screen and I'm not coming back. So don't wait for me, alright?